Alrighty. G'day guys, Awareman here, welcome back to the workshop. This is a special one. Adam's here.
That's not what makes it special, I'm sure.
That is one of the reasons it's special.
But
buddy.
I've got some info.
Yes, he's informed me of some stuff, which is cool. This.
Yes. So I've told Tarron that he's going into a tournament.
Yeah, he's forcing me to play a tournament. That's why we're doing this as a workshop, because I'm currently here trying to figure out what I'm going to take.
So there is a club in Perth here, the Perth Miniatures Gamers Group.
Yep, PMGG.
PMGG.
We've been there before a couple of times.
Yeah. So there's some videos or whatever on the channel for that. But they have a BattleTech tournament coming up on the 25th of August, 2024. It's a Sunday. All right, it starts at 9 o'clock, and I said to Taryn, I said, "Look, we should go along and have a go at this."
Yeah,
we're invited along just to attend. That was under the important stuff.
Yeah,
apparently they said
I'm still really proud.
Stuff. Yeah,
because we're above the bar is open.
Yes.
The Alpha Strike guys are going to be there. Oh, and by the way, you can get drunk too. That's just awesome.
They'll probably need the alcohol around that time.
Yeah, probably.
After we've been there,
especially if we're there.
Yeah. But so we just basically, I thought, well, look, maybe we should just put the word out there to everyone that we're doing it, and everyone to come along. We'll put the info in the little description down the bottom there, so you can see everything.
Yep.
But basically, we want to go through. We'll give you all the stats of what's required, and we'd like to get your feedback.
Yes,
we'd like some help, some pointers on how to build a force based on this. Now, keep in mind, if you've watched all the videos and everything we've done, we talked all about different technology level and things like that, and all types or whatever. So keep that in mind, and just help us.
Yeah, have a think about what you would take and what you think that means we should take.
Yeah.
I'm still going to have some fairly strong opinions. I won't. I might have to make you use their force, but we'll see how it goes.
But so to give you an idea, it's 2 to 4 mechs.
Mechs only.
So only mechs. So it's going to be pretty quick, hopefully. 5,500 BV to build your force. You can't have a pilot better than 2 gunnery and 2 piloting. It's 3050 technology. All right, so a lot of the clan invasion stuff. The clans tech.
You've got quite a few upgrades with like pulse and all that sort of stuff around there. I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
so there is inner sphere and clan can be taken, and in fact, the initial round, which they're trying to do clan versus inner sphere as much as possible. So that's going to affect really what we want to choose as well, depending on what we know we're going to go up against. This rounds after that, the second round or whatever is whatever based on winners.
Yeah.
They're offering prizes for lore, painting, and presentation of force. So if you have an idea of like your favorite galaxy from your favorite, clan faction or whatever, and things like that, and you put a bit of effort into it, that'd be kind of cool. Of course, they're doing prizes for sportsmanship, including, which is good, the Zelbregen and the Withdrawal stuff.
Yes.
So if you play clan, that could be cool.
Act like a stupid honourable clan member, then you get points. Yeah, you.
So there's a prize for best place clan and best place inner sphere players. Standard variant mechs only.
Up to including 3050. Yeah.
So no custom designs, which I think is fine. There's plenty of choices out there. They are doing force withdrawal.
Yes.
All right. So that's something to keep in mind.
So hardened armour.
Yeah.
Oh,
no, well, you can't do it.
Rats.
So that's where we're at. So I thought we might maybe have a little discussion as to, what we've got. Now I know that there are people who sort of listen to these audios and are on the channel and stuff like that who are going to this tournament. So that's all right. Maybe get some pointers too.
So I'm thinking 6 direwolves.
Oh,
yeah.
You're short by points.
No, wait,
quite a bit.
Damn. No, honestly, the first thing I thought was Venom. And that, we went through a couple of others where the second thing I thought was awesome, and that was obviously the first thing you thought.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought Venom, because the Venom is a really good one, and it is technically 3050. The original. The others will be up above the timeline, but the original Venom is 3050, and that's an 812-8 with pulse lasers.
That's right. Yeah. Like wafer thin armor.
Wafer thin armor.
Yeah.
But really, really fast and really hard to hit. I'm also liking your idea of having like just a skilled awesome. I'm probably going to be in a sphere if I'm going to be doing it. You guys feel free to chuck ideas at us. That's fine. I'm probably leaning towards Inner Sphere at this point.
Yeah. I don't know. I think, look, if you take an Omni mech or whatever, you're paying extra BV just for Omni, and if you can only take mechs, you can't have any. You can't really take advantage of that. All right. So, going in a sphere, non-Omni could be the way to go, but there are some nasty clan mechs out there that are second line.
I was going to say you can always just go second line. I mean, the Behemoth, the Stone Rhino, you can get a decent pilot in a Stone Rhino for not too much.
Yeah.
But I'm just, I don't know. I think I'll probably end up within a sphere. But if you guys have any ideas on what sort of stuff we should be taking, are you thinking you'll probably do a force as well, or?
Definitely.
So you got one force for me and one force for Adam. Like I say, I'm leaning towards Inner Sphere and things that, like, I want to try and stick to the 2, maybe 3 units if I can. That just speeds the game up. If you've only got a couple of things to worry about, then you only have a couple of things to do, and you can do it faster. But yeah, I'm leaning towards that sort of thing.
It's funny but I mean, the difference between a casual game and your tournament play and things like that. I mean, they've allowed quite a bit of time for each round. They put like 3 hours or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
we're just sort of seeing how it's going to go. I don't know. I mean, with 2 to 4 mechs aside, it's going to be more like, they might need to look at pairing up experienced players as well. As another thing too, but I don't know what they're going to do with that. But I just sat down and said, right, two awesomes with like a 2-3 pilot. That's pretty solid.
That's under the 5,500, and it's a good solid amount of damage downrange every turn.
Yeah.
And as has been discussed in other workshop videos, there's a lot of armor on the front of those things. You can tank a hell of a lot of damage.
Yeah.
And with a 3 pilot, you're not going to fall over too often.
No, that's right. So that's pretty solid, but I mean it's also very boring. Really. I mean it's good, it's interesting it's challenging from a tournament perspective if they're your opponent, but it's also I don't know. I mean I don't know. I'd sort of like to think of doing something a little bit more different, sort of off the wall, but sort of surprise people, change it up a bit.
You could always go something weird in clan.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or hit I think I had a look in the Highlander, the downgraded version of the Highlander. It takes the Gauss rifle out and puts an Act 10 in, and that's not too bad BV wise.
But I mean, two mechs minimum, 4 maximum. Do you go as heavy as possible for longevity to try and take the hits, or do you go for a bit of speed? Do you go like a mix and things like that? I don't know.
I reckon you could get a solid mix even with just 2. Like, I could see me definitely taking a 2-2 Awesome and a 2-2 Venom and probably getting away with that.
Oh, yeah.
And you have one that bounces off into the distance and starts plugging people in the back with pulse lasers, and the other one just stands on a hill and blasts you.
Yeah.
3, 3, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 2. Just keep coming forward. That's fine. It just gets easier to shoot.
Yeah. So based on the rules in the actual Total War and things like that, they recommend like 2 Lancers for a board, like a single map sheet.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So that's probably what we're looking at. The club actually has lots of 3D terrain now because that was donated. So it'd be nice to play on those, but they're roughly the same sort of size. So when you're sort of thinking about this force for us and suggestions, keep in mind that it's going to be on a single.
It'll be a fairly small area.
Yeah.
Most likely. I mean, we don't know exactly what's happening with the terrain, but most likely it will be a fairly small area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how something like a Locust would go, But then again, if someone comes up with a force for us where it could actually be quite useful, you've still got your initiative. You still got to make sure that you can.
I think a lot of people move towards maximum quantity of units just for the action economy thing.
Yeah.
The more things you have acting, the more likely you are to have like something good happen.
Yeah.
Right? And I do tend to put all of my eggs in one basket and have like a skilled unit. I would rather have a 2-2 pilot in an 8Q awesome than any number of clan mechs. He's not going to win every time, but damn, it'll be fun.
Yeah. I mean, a point of armor damage is a point of armor damage. Doesn't matter whether it's clan or
That's it.
sphere,
I don't need Gauss rifles, I don't need ER, I don't need pulse. I just need a solid dude with 30 points of damage he can throw downrange every turn.
Yeah.
And you can eventually win. Especially if he's got a decent pilot and he can standing up when he inevitably gets hit.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So I was actually sort of looking at, maybe some quads and things like that. And I had a little chat with you about it. But at the 30-50 level, there's sort of not a lot of choices for clan. I think there was really only one. It was the Fire Scorpion, which is not necessarily a bad mech. It's got a
they're
it's got
quality.
an Ultra 10 and Ultra 10 and an LB 10 or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah. So it's not crap. And being quad, you get that inherent bonus to your piloting and things like that. And those partial cover rules are absolutely bonkers.
Yeah.
It's just like, wow.
The standard Fire Scorpion is 1546.
Yeah.
And he has a Ultra Ac and an LBX. So a 10 Ultra and a 10 LBX.
Yeah.
And it's a 4-6 with 224 points of standard armor.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
So not quite max, but not that far off. We're only talking, was it 231 max, and it's got 224, so that's good.
And you can probably do 2 of them, 2-3 as well, I reckon.
Probably could.
Same as you were going to do with the Awesomes.
Yeah.
There you go.
Maybe you could go. Could you? Yeah, you could fit 3 in. You could fit 3 unmodified. You could modify one of them to have a better gunnery or something. More guns, more. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's about sort of taking on your opponent and taking him down quickly. That's ideally what you want. But is it better to outnumber, or is it better to out armor, outgun? I mean,
well, 3 of them is only 4,638. So you've got 1,000 points to play with. So you could probably adjust their piloting and gunnery quite well.
if you could get a gunnery 3 out of them, that would be nice.
With an Ultra and an LB, yeah, that's pretty good. You got to stay 30. Yeah, that's the only variant of it.
That is, the others, which are good, but they are later on.
Yeah.
So, and it's not a bad looking mech, eh? I kind of think it's cool. But I'm very partial to quads, so it doesn't really matter.
We've already established that one, buddy. Yep.
So that's sort of the choice for clan if you wanted to go with quads. I mean, for the inner sphere, there's the Goliath and the Scorpion.
Yeah. Isn't that Scorpion with the PPC that overloads every time? Isn't that one?
That's an upgraded one. You could just go with the standard. I think the standard was just over 1,000 or something.
There's a 3049 version of the Scorpion there. That's like. That's the
ERPPC. Yeah, I'd just go with the standard one.
Not light tank.
No,
the one in. Yeah. There it is. So it's a 6.9 with a PPC and an SRM 6.
10. So it's going to overheat if it fires everything.
If it moves and fires its PPC, it overheats. If it fires everything, it overheats.
Yeah.
If it moves and fires everything, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
It's insane.
But it's just the armor's just not there. That's the problem. It's maximum of
the fact that you can't move and shoot more than one of your guns at the same time without overheating is the problem.
Yeah, but no, the fun factor, man. Come on, no one expects you to take it. Clans be like, what's this crap?
What about the Goliath?
But you can have 4 of them with like better gunnery and pilots.
Oh yeah, easy.
But there's only one variant of the Goliath. I think. Look, there might be an upgraded one that you could use because it was mentioned in the 3050 tech readout, so some of them might be. But the standard one though.
Well, there's a 3M. That's the 3050 variant. The standard one is 2 LRM-10s, a PPC, and 2 machine guns.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it doesn't sound like much, but it's not nothing.
What's that?
Especially on a stable
1449. But again, armor. Oh yeah, armor's not too bad.
But you could make a scuttler troop. You could have like a Goliath leading a couple of little scorpions.
Oh yeah, go my pretties! Rah!
Go kill them all. So the 3M is 3050, and that's got the Gauss rifle. That's the one with the Gauss rifle. I knew there was one with the Gauss rifle, but I couldn't remember what it was.
But I think they put an XL engine on that one.
Yes, they did.
That's the problem that I've got with it. So you got range, you got more damage, but the gun can explode. It's bad enough that you've got LRM launchers with ammo.
Yeah, there is that.
So I don't know. I mean, but still, yeah, the original Goliath, I could get behind that. That could be pretty good. You could have 3 of those with decent stuff, I suppose.
Yeah, you can get 3 in there. Yeah, easy with reasonable gunnery.
I mean, if you get away from quads, obviously you've got a lot more choice. There's some staples, probably like the Wolverine. We used the Wolverine in the last time we were at the club, and we had that little event that we put on. That was fun.
The point capture game.
Good, yeah.
He worked well in that. Those 2 variants that we took they worked well, I thought anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking I've got that. Was it the Kellhounds box or something? With the Centurion in it.
Yeah.
I've just been rereading the Blood Kerensky ones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm on to the 3rd book now. I'm just rereading it, but that Centurion is an aerospace fighter.
I was going to say that's very fast.
That is a very fast. That's
you don't want that.
That's a fighter.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, they've got a Centurion fighter.
That's an intercept. Okay.
There you go. C9D.
So yeah, those are all way out, but the D is the only variant I could take, but it's got an XL engine with the 10X LRM-10 and a medium laser.
You got good range.
Yeah.
How much? What's the BV on it?
On that one, 14.
1435.
Oh wait, no, 1130.
Oh okay, yeah, it's a bit better.
11. So that's not too bad. I think the A is the original.
It's very popular, Centurion. I mean, it's featured a lot of the books and the history and all that sort of thing. So
and it isn't a bad mech. It's a solid mech. AC-10, LRM-10, medium laser. Yep. 1 rear-facing medium laser, which is always cool.
That's always nice, yeah.
There's an AC-20 variant. And there's one with a bunch more lasers.
So that's cool. So you got 4 choices, at least.
A couple of them are under 1,000 points each, so you could easily get your 2-2 pilot in there and do that. So that was one I just thought of then.
Yeah, it's hard, eh? I mean, because if you go up against someone who does take clan, that's,
you're going to have a hard time.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, there's no sort of Zilbregan if you're going in a sphere. But I mean, you don't have to play it. But I mean, they'll tell us on the day probably what you get for the Zilbregan if you decide to give it a go. It'd be interesting because in a tournament setting, you might be risking something.
Well, that's it.
Yeah. Good.
I mean, if I'm in a sphere, I don't have to abide by Zilbregan, do I?
No.
I'm. That's another reason why I'm probably going.
I just want to shoot stuff.
Oh.
But I mean, just looking. I mean, a lot of people have the standard box set that had the Awesome in it, and the Archer, or not the Archer, but there's some others in there. So there's some good mechs to pick from.
Yeah. There are some really good variants of some of those too, and I mean even the Hatchet Man. If you look at the 3050 upgrade or the 3049 upgrade,
49, yeah,
for the Hatchet Man, it's actually pretty good. It's still pretty fragile, but for what it's supposed to be doing.
On a single map though, if you had all like close combat like ones like Axman and Hatchet Man.
Well, I think I mentioned to you where there's an Axman that is 30, 40. Something. There's a couple of variants of the Axman that are 30, 40 something. So you can take that and probably an awesome, and probably a venom, and probably like put all of them with better pilots and things. And yeah, sure, you got 3 units, but they're 3 really good units.
Yeah, yeah. That's the thing, do you take extra units, so if you lose initiative, you've got something you can just sort of move around. If it's sort of sitting back and sniping, it's not an issue. You move that one first, and
trying to not think LRMs, because I don't want to get the, like you say, we're probably going to be on a fairly small area. I don't want to end up with the minimum range.
The minimum range, yeah, that's something to think about. Planners go, what minimum range?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
And I give them the finger. I think that was the wind. Either that or we're getting burgled. Yeah, I don't know. What's the Axman ones? I think that's the Axman is actually leading the pack at the moment. It's only 1374.
The one end. So that's the large pulse. Yeah, an AC-20. That's
large
the new
pulse,
one, right?
AC-20, 3 medium lasers. It's a 464 with 20 heat dissipation and 179 armor points, and a hatchet. Don't forget the hatchet.
Oh yeah, no.
The hatchet's in the right arm. Yeah, hatchet's in the right arm where all the medium lasers are, which is a bit sucky, but if you're close enough to hatchet, then you're close enough to skip those medium lasers and just use your AC-20.
Yeah. It's funny, isn't it? Like it's three weapons that you can't use.
Yeah. That's why I kind of like the Hatchet Man a bit, because there's minimal weapons on the hand with the hatchet.
Yeah.
But that's how you would design it, really, is you'd say, okay, well, I'm building one with a close combat weapon. I'll keep all the other weapons away from that if I can.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of the lore around it is different, right? So they've put those on there for some lore-based reason, I'm sure.
Well, I think your field of fire is a bit more
that'll be
it as well. If you keep it on arm.
The hatchet is only useful if you're standing right next to someone, whereas those 3 medium lasers on that arm are very useful as long as you're within 9 hexes.
Yeah.
And you can reach right behind you with all 3 of them if you need to. You torso twist and stretch your arm out, and you can blast people in your rear arc.
Well, it helps with your heat as well.
Yeah, well, that's it. So. Yeah. So, I don't know. That one's looking pretty good. I'd have to paint the model, but I'm pretty sure I've got one.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So anyway, no LRMs though.
That's what I mean. I don't want LRMs. That 3049 version has 2 LRM-15s, which you can use, and it would be cool. It's 16 shots worth of LRM-15 ammo there, 2 tons. But if you get caught in close combat with that ammo still there, and someone blows a hole in your torso, you're stuffed, because you've got XL engines as well.
It's a lot more damage output though, for like an extra, not even 100 BV. Because you've still got a large pulse on there?
You've still got a large pulse laser and the 3 mediums.
3 mediums plus 2 LRM-15s.
Yeah, the AC-20 goes away and they put 2 LRM-15s in there instead. I think they add some armor as well. No.
The AC-20 though is just like, ooh. Yeah. Someone declares like an AC-20 shot against you, you wet yourself.
And that, I think that would be the one I would go for, would be the AC-20 and the large pulse laser. Yeah. With a 464 big thing with a hatchet. Like a 65-ton hatchet, 65-ton mech with a hatchet. That's a lot of damage, especially on the punch table. If you've got a 2-2 pilot in there and you take the risk, pick the table.
Oh yeah.
Or you could sweep a leg and put him into force withdrawal.
Well, that's true. As best you can. Gosh, yeah.
What's that? Like 13 points of damage from that hatchet? That's insane.
Yeah.
So A, it's a decapitator if you do happen to hit the head, and B, that's 13 points of damage to a single location, which is probably at that range going to be followed up by 20 points of damage to a single location.
Yeah, that's right. And the large pulse is still 9. So you're doing, like, you've got a 9, a 13, and a 20 point on that man. That's pretty good. And jump.
Yeah.
I think jump's going to be something that we really want. I mean, That Wolverine.
The Wolverine,
Again, going back to
yeah.
it. So the Wolverine where I had the mask system, and I think it also
think
still had
that
jump.
was the 8D that you took, wasn't it?
No.
It's got to be.
I think it was the
30-50 one.
M. Was it
Yeah,
the M?
the M.
Yeah.
So it's a 5.8/10 5 jump.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's got the mass
got the
system.
mass system.
2 ER large, an SRM6, and 2 medium pulse.
So you got
Which is not bad.
Well, the reach was good. I actually liked the reach on it.
That would be a solid entry but it's 1,600 points. I can get an Axman for 300 points less than that. But my Axman... Oh no, the Axman would have like 19 points of armor more as well, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. But I don't know.
But you move faster.
It's faster. Faster. Yeah, more jump.
By 1 point.
12 double heat sinks. Yeah, I remember sort of rotated. But at least you can start pressuring someone right from the first round if you've got line of sight. So I think it might be good.
You can fire quite a bit of your stuff without worrying too much about heat. Whereas that Axman with the Act 20, you can only fire one of your main weapons and jump at the same time.
Yeah.
Or you're going to overheat. That one you've got a full jump, an SRM6, 2 medium pulse lasers, and you're still within. You're fine.
Do you think something like the Locust would have a place in this? I mean, it's 5,500 BV. Because it is fast. It's just, you spit on it and it dies.
It's only going to be there if you want to keep your unit count up.
Yeah.
And you need something light and fast to put in your thing to like harass people, and you don't have much BV left, but you want that fourth unit. So 812 fusion engine, 53 F69 armor, 4 small lasers, 1 medium laser, and an anti-missile system.
An anti-missile system.
That's not bad.
Yeah, you're talking.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
So you can run flat out, even with just base 10 heat sinks, you can run flat out and fire all of your weapons and not overheat.
Yeah.
And you don't get a point of heat for the anti-missile system, do you? It's only the laser one that generates heat.
No, I think it does 1 heat.
1 heat?
Yeah.
So that will put you on your heat limit, because it's 2 for running, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 1 for the anti-missile system is 10.
All right. What about the other versions that are there? Just show me a couple more.
So there's a 3D and a 3S. The 3S is slightly less armor, actually, but there's a couple of Streak 2s. That's pretty good. Streaks are good.
Yeah, but nah.
Slightly less armor,
because
though.
Nah.
The D is dropping right down in BV value. I wonder why that is. 2 LRM5s. That's the LRM one.
2 LRM5s. So you're not a fan of the LRMs, but that thing has the speed to
keep without.
Yeah,
you could stay out of minimum range with the Locust. That would work.
But is it worth putting 436 base BV onto something that only does, like, if it hits probably an average of 3 points?
On average, yeah. The 1L is like probably even worse than that, but it's got the triple strength Myaree. So you got a standard Locust
points or something, you know.
Yeah. You got a standard Locust, so 2 machine guns, 1 medium laser, but they've put the triple strength Myaree into it. So you could run and shoot and build up some heat and then just kick people.
You can? How?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. You can't do it.
You have to use optional rules to disengage your heat sinks. So yeah, no, you got nothing. That's just madness.
All right. What's that 1VB? 1VB, the top one there.
Oh, that'll be a Royal variant, won't it?
The year, yeah. Well, there's still
the little B's is usually a Royal variant.
Yeah. Okay. So XL,
ferrofibrous, endosteel, double heat sinks, bunch of pulse lasers.
2 medium, 2 small, and a medium laser.
Full armor coverage, which is pretty good. Can survive a PPC to the center torso, which is pretty good.
Wow.
Can survive medium lasers to the front everywhere else, which is pretty good.
Yeah. So 642 base BV for a lot of pulse weapons, but you still got to get in close. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that is that little B that they usually have there designates a royal variant. So it'll be like a Comstar high up Star League thing. But I mean, it's not 3050, so it's fine.
Yeah, it's okay. I don't know.
So
Yeah, some options there. I don't know.
some.
It's always hard picking for a tournament. You know, if you're just having a casual game against someone else, it's just one force you got to go up against. You know, and everyone's a little different. They have their little favourites and whatever else.
Well, I mean, like I say, those are these little scout units, these low level units. They're pretty damn good for putting into a force if you want to keep your action economy up, if you want to keep your initiative order and stuff like that up, if you want to have your maximum units, then something like that with a reasonable pilot in it, it doesn't take up a lot of BV to do, and it gets you that extra thing that's on your initiative and stuff. So, why am I looking there? You idiot, Tarron. I'm looking on master unit list for something I wanted to look up on Sana. Yeah. I'm honestly thinking Venom, Axman, possibly Awesome or Wolverine. But I guess it's up to our loyal viewers to decide what it is that we take. And if I see Keith's name come up in the comments down there, I'm gonna.
You should just quit. That's what they say. If you ever face me, you just got to stand down.
There you go. The 1VB is the Royal Locust.
Okay.
Mounts a small pulse laser, medium pulse laser in each arm. Keeps the torso mounted medium laser. XL engine, endo steel chassis, and ferrofibrous armor with single heat sinks upgraded to doubles. But yeah, that little B almost always is like in Sana. It says it's a royal whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's the royal variant of this. It's the royal variant of that. That little B is almost always right. That. So that's like a Star League Defense Force, like old school when they had all the tech already thing, rather than we've rediscovered the lost tech stuff. So, but there's no reason you couldn't build that in a 3050 game.
Yeah, true.
I don't think, anyway.
True.
So
right. Well, there we go. I mean, so let's for all of you playing along at home. If you could just have a look at the box sets that have been released by Catalyst. So your beginner box, the armored combat.
Yep, and the clan box set.
And the clan one, and even the Alpha Strike box, because that's got some stuff in it too. So have a look at all of those designs that are relevant for, say, a 3050. And just leave some comments. Let us know, because, it'll be interesting to see. Because building a force for a tournament, like I was saying, is a little different, because you don't know, there's multiple opponents, multiple different styles of play and things like that. So, just keep that in mind, and just give us some pointers, give us some suggestions.
Even just ideas of what you would take will be good. I think that'll be fun. We can maybe pick a couple or vote on them or something. I don't know. I can just ignore you completely.
Or if someone's got
I want to win.
I don't know. I mean, if someone's got a fairly good list or whatever, I might actually give it a try.
Yeah.
And I'll give them some. And if I win, then it's great. If I lose, then I can blame them.
Yeah, we can blame you guys when we screw it up. Yeah. This is good. Yeah, make me a force. Make me a force. When I lose, I can blame you guys. That's cool.
So have a look at those. So we're gonna keep having a look here. But so all the info's in the description down at the bottom. But 2 to 4 max, 5.5 BV, 2 is your best, 3050 max tech. Clan or inner sphere is fine, but
And the bar's open.
And the bar's open. That's right. Force withdrawal. So keep that in mind. Force withdrawal stuff. All right.
Yep.
So that's it. So we'll keep having. What have you found before we leave? What are you looking at?
The 1W Wasp, 696 with 6 small lasers.
Small lasers.
In various positions.
Yeah. Fast jump.
696 with half a dozen small lasers.
Yeah. You can also have a look at the box sets actually that have been released.
There's only
If you want to do that too.
373.
So those Lance and Star box sets, if you want to reference those two, that's okay. Anything there, because there's plenty to choose from. But at least it's something that someone else can go out and sort of get hold of if they say,
have
"Oh, I
a
like
crack
that.
at
I
it,
want to play with that mech."
Give that a shot.
Yeah.
All good.
All right, so that's it. So thank you, people, and I look forward to seeing what everyone comes up with.
Hopefully we'll see some comments come out on this one, and there'll be some good forces we can try. You've got till August to figure it out. The 25th.
25th. Well, we've got less time than that because I got to.
Well, you got to
Got to
edit
get it
this
all
and then
ready
put it
and
on.
everything.
Oh, holy crap!
So
Okay.
I'm going to put this up and everything. So
We've got a max of 20 days. Let's see how we do.
But if you are in Perth or you are visiting Perth or whatever, come on down. It's like
Come and have a look.
I think it's $10 for non-members, but there's heaps of stuff there.
Well, I'll be bringing $10.
It doesn't matter, to help. They're really trying to build up the BattleTech community. So if you love BattleTech and you play BattleTech, you want to learn more about it, come
You're able
down
to get
this.
there on that Sunday in Perth, then do it.
Yeah, even if
It'll
you're
be
not
worth
playing, just come and have a chat with us and chat with everyone else that's there. They're pretty good.
Come and have a squeeze, see what they've got. All good. All right. Oh, I'll outro. Because it's a workshop video.
It's a workshop.
Sorry. Okay. You guys stay groovy, and we'll see you in the next one.